Well, turning back now to one of our top stories, that's Israel's large-scale operation in Jenin, which has left several Palestinians dead and hundreds injured. It's the biggest incursion in the West Bank in years, and it's dominating the Middle Eastern papers today, as you can imagine. Our press viewer, Dipti Laurent, is here to take us through it. Dipti.
Well, Aaron, right-wing paper Jerusalem Post today calling it the biggest Jenin raid since 2002, hence why you, as you mentioned there, it's been about 20 years since the last biggest incursion. That was during Operation Defensive Shield during the second Intifada. The paper really backing Sunday's operation, even though it concedes that it's unlikely to end a, quote, wave of terrorism in Jenin and the West Bank. The paper nonetheless justifying the operation as aiming to prevent the Lebanonization of Jenin in reference to southern Lebanon, which is controlled by Hezbollah. And also on a side note today, you'll see here in that column there, July the 4th, is a column written by Benjamin Netanyahu today, referring to another incident, July 4th, 1976. That also on the front page of Jerusalem Post. Haaretz, meanwhile, the center-left paper, sort of notes the distinction between lawmakers who are excitedly proclaiming that this operation will change reality for the West Bank and the actual reality, which is that you have military commanders who are trying to speed up this operation to prevent further fallout and further casualties. So a bit of cynicism as expected from the center-left paper. Elsewhere, let's show you Ashak Al-Awsat. That's a London-based pan-Arab paper here on its front page, evoking a war on its front page. So a lot of very strong language from this paper and also from Arab News, the Saudi paper today, as you see here, calling it the massacre of Jenin on its front page. The paper evoking Israel's collective punishment of Palestinians, also referring to 2002. You also have a lot of reactions from the cartoons today. This is from a Palestinian cartoonist. His name is Mohammed Sabane, who, as you see here, sees a Palestinian child flying a Palestinian kite there through the flag that is hoisted onto Israeli tanks and gunfire that beams down on this little child there. So a lot of evocative responses in the press today.
Certainly more to come, unfortunately. We'll change gears now, turn to Senegal, where it's the end of a long-awaited suspense. That's because Macky Sall, the president, has said that he will not be standing for a third term.
Yeah, and it'll end years of uncertainty over his political future. It'll also that uncertainty that led to to fuel deadly protests last month that were called by the opposition leader just in case Macky Sall decided to run again for election. The Burkina Bay paper, this is L'Observateur Palga, in its edition today, really expressing relief that this, quote, unexpected decision will allow the, quote, socio-political thunderstorms to pass in Senegal. And similarly, in this paper here, Le Pays, they also talk about a decision that will bring peace upon Senegal while hailing Macky Sall for allowing Senegal to justify its status as a beacon of democracy.
All right, we'll see if that engagement holds then. We'll move on. Again, Dipti, the war of words between Australia and England continues today after a particularly hostile cricket match that even has seen the Prime Minister's weighed in.
Yeah, you know, cricket is a sacred game for both Australia, for many countries around the world, for in particular Australia and England. I had a lot of trouble explaining this to my French producer, Chris, this morning, who didn't understand why this is such a big deal. The biannual Ashes tournament is particularly historic. It's been around for about over a century, and it's every 2 years England and Australia play 5 matches, which is very long. You know, cricket games are very long. Now, allegations of cheating have kind of tarnished this good sport and really left a very bitter end to the most recent second of 5 matches that was played. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak even weighed in, saying cheating is not in the spirit of cricket. I'll sort of spare you exactly what the cheating allegation was, but just know that England has accused Australia of cheating. No love lost in the papers. This is from the Mirror Sport today, which you see here. Issues this ominous warning, you'll regret this. The British papers really saying that they're galvanized now. The team is galvanized to beat Australia in the next match. The Daily Telegraph from Australia, meanwhile, just engaging in some good old gloating. They actually won the first game as well, so that's why this headline reads, "We're 2 up, baby." They have calling the English team hypocritical, sanctimonious, whinging pums who can't accept that they were beat fair and square. So clearly sport is not, at least cricket, is not a gentleman's game. Not anymore, at least.
Definitely not very diplomatic either. All right, well, you're also going to be ending on some sports news of sorts, Dipti.
Yeah, that's right. Look, Roger Federer, he'll be honored later in the coming days at Wimbledon, which is taking place right now. Seems though he's enjoying his retirement, Erin, and showcasing some of his other talents. He actually joined Coldplay on stage. Let's see if I have the other video. He joined Coldplay on stage. It'd be great if we could get some sound as well. During their concert at Zurich, where he performed a solo on the percussion, much to the delight of concert goers. Coldplay introduced him as the 5th member of Coldplay before he decided to go and become the world's best tennis player.
Certainly did not know he had musical talents.
Did not sing though.
Okay, that's important to add. Tika Laurent with the press review. Thank you very much.